Oh, last time I'm gonna be hearing this opening. It's a really good opening, too. Always love that part. Always love the part where Kiriko is running and then the outline is like falling behind or just ahead. It's like showcasing the two different person. Yes, it is. The outside of the outside. No, wait. No. If this is the test. No. They are going to be the one who's going to be turning into Hiriko's if this is part of the test. Fuck. Especially Tokyo. Follow me, Mihime. Naturally. Junior C. C for clone? Junior clone? Yeah. Did Tokyo actually have. Is it actually twins, though? Because if Tokyo had twins, the question still remains why only bring one? What about the other? Right? The what? The what? The Human Instrumentality Project? Wait, what? Gonna build an ark and you're gonna put all the children in there? Oh, she named it at the spur of the moment. Okay. She's been gone for days. But no. This is a continuation of before. He was carrying the food and such. Never mind. It's been days. Bro. So you're telling me Robin has been doing it for days? Two nights ago. Old flame. Well, there you go. Confirmation confirm. Confirmation confirm. No. Confirmation that he and her used to have a thing. And all you hear. Fuck. Fuck him. Oh, this music. Woo! Woo! Oh god. Oh god. Your sister was doing it when you were asleep. Excuse me, what the F? Bro, your sister's a freak. Why would... No. Kinky. But no. And then we are exploring this aspect as well. Hmm. He did shoot her, did he? The change of hair. The change in aspect ratio. As if he was... She was being in prison, right? The world slowly closing him. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. You saw what he did. Yeah. Honestly, kill him. Fucking justified. Yeah, you run. You run. Fucking piece of shit. Kirika's gonna stop him and say, no, don't. Robin is still Robin, despite of what he did. But he cannot go unpunished. No, you underestimate him. Fuck me, the silence. Bro. Do not go into the light. Stay in the dark. Jesus, man. What was it you said about underestimating him? Underestimating yourself? Okay, she's still there. What's the difference between one and the other? I still think that it's a clone. I don't know. Do they have cloning abilities? I don't know. Well, that's creepy. And you're walking. I saw you get hit by rubble. How are you alive? No, 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 no. This is creep. No. Sawatari blocking him. Oh no. Oh no. She's gonna step in? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What exactly are we? He's not wrong. Shiro's not wrong. Very talkative. I mean, we know why. The blue bird. Interesting. Okay, he's fine, but badly injured. Because he cares about you, Mimihime. He's going to admit it? Confusion in the mind. Still unable to comprehend what this feeling is, but he finally said it though. Hmm. Hmm. Didn't realize that. Great cut. Hmm. The eye opening that I was talking about in the previous episode. Hmm. What is my existence? I didn't fall for them, I fall for you. Not Haruki, not Kiriko, you. Kiriko is her own person. The role reversal of the bodyguard. Dump it. Good. Good riddance. I believe it. I believe it. Who the fuck is this? What is this? The Immortal Order? Yeah, I saw that. Is that? No, okay. No way, they're gonna end this episode. Yes. Ah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the adventure. I hope this is a running gag in the future. Yeah. Wow. There's so much that has not been resolved. They. I am not going to read the manga, by the way. I am going to hold off on reading the manga until they. Season 2? One can hope. The photos. Oh, oh. We're on a boat. I'm sorry, what? What? They, they got on a. How did. Huh? How did they get on a. Oh, they're good. They're good. They're good. They really know how to make you want to read the manga to know what happens next. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off though. Very tempting. Very tempting. And thus the show is over. What a show, by the way. I do think that this is one of the most unique experiences that I've had watching an anime in a while. From the characters, the story, the mystery elements to it. It really is a unique experience. Like I said, it's very special in that regard. I like it's hard for me to compare this show to other shows or movies because it's hard for me to pinpoint like what show can I compare this to. Because it borrows a lot of elements, but at the same time it makes it its own thing. But talking a bit about the finale episode itself. There's a lot that is left that they did not answer. We end this show with Mimihime and the rest of the gang looking at the city that she saw in her dream, right? So the rest of the dream that she saw or witnessed are things yet to come, especially in regards to the destruction of the world, because it doesn't seem like it has happened yet. The great disaster, the apocalypse, has not arrived because the city is still alive and well, right? So, um, I'm still thinking about like, okay, what happened to Tokyo? What happened to the baby? What happened to the other baby? Um, a lot of the academy stuff is still left unanswered. Which is great in terms of like, hey, yeah, season 2, if you guys want to learn more about it, then you gotta wait for that, and that is definitely making me excited. Like, this is not a complete story, obviously. um and even with how they end this entire season, it's unfinished. There is a sense of finality to it in regards to how Kiriko is trying to deal with herself, right? Her identity, her existence. Who is she? Why is she here? Who am I? Like that's the question of like, who am I? Am I a boy? Am I a girl? What am I? Right? It's the finality that I am speaking of isn't that she found an answer to that. No, the finality is that she now realizes that this is something that she should not be worried about, because this has been a thing that she has always been questioning, right? This has been a thing that has always been attacking her mind, right? Her psyche, right? But now with um the full on confession from Maru of like, hey, I didn't fall in love with Kiriko. I didn't fall in love with Haruki. No, I fell in love with you. I fell in love with Kiruko. I fell in love with you. You are your own person. You are your own existence, right? And I kind of get that that is the message, right? And that while and it is also very symbolic in terms of like how Kiriko finally at the end just straight up ripped apart like the photo of like, yeah, no, she is casting away her previous life of as both Haruki and Kiriko, and she is starting to embrace her new life as Kiruko, right? She is both of those people, but at the same time she is somebody new, right? It's a really unique storyline. It's a really unique way to have your character deal with their selves, as I've rarely seen these types of stories happen before. There are other examples of these types of stories, as in, let's say, for example, you have a clone of yourself, and then your original self died. So now the clone is debating on who he is as a person, right? For example, right, is am I a clone, or am I still that same person, but that same person is already dead? Like, my original is dead. So who am I? Am I still an original, or am I not? Right? It's very similar to that type of character, that type of storyline, that type of trope, right? Of these sci-fi stories, and that's like the closest thing that I can actually think of in regards to like comparing Heavenly Delusion to other such stories. But again, it manages to make it unique. It manages to make it its own. I really do appreciate that. Um, But yeah, the sense of finality, right? But having said that, the sense of finality is more like a okay, the character is starting to understand where they're supposed to go. But of course, we haven't reached the destination, right? It's more like the first step towards the finale, right? And that is what I am feeling, especially in regards to like the academy stuff with all of the children. Like that is left unresolved completely. Like we don't know what happened to Tokyo, we don't know what happened to the director, we don't know what happened to Kona and the rest of the children that he is with. We do know we got a hint of like what happened with Mimihime, Shiro, and the rest of them. But like again, it's like, what next? What next? I really wish and I really hope that we do end up getting a second season. I don't know how much of the manga is left for them to adapt into a second season because I again, like I said beforehand, um, on the other previous episode discussions, I think. But I do know that the manga is still circulating. It is still going. It is still publishing. Right, the manga is still going on. It hasn't. It's not over yet. It's still going on strong. So I don't know how much of the manga is left for them to adapt to a potential second season that will also be maybe one core 12, 13 episodes. Like I don't know if there's enough material for them to do another core season or if there's not enough material yet and we're going to have to wait a while for them to continue. I am fine with waiting, by the way, especially if the end result um is a production of such quality, because I will say that this is probably one of the best produced show anime this entire year, at least from like the very few that I have seen. In terms of like consistency, in terms of like direction, in terms of like overall visual quality, like this is really, really clean. It's clean, it's sharp, because sometimes you watch an anime and you kind of get the feeling that this is not high definition. Like there are some animes that felt like they only rendered it in 720p and then upscaled it to 1080p. This felt really, really good. Looks really good. Like just straight up. So I am fine waiting 3 years, 4 years, because there's a lot of shows that I love that I have to wait like 4 years and such for the second season to arrive. Vinland Saga being one of them. The first season came out in 2019, second season just released this year in 2023, so that was like a 4 year wait between the two seasons. So I'm fine. I am fine with them taking their time, getting more manga material, I guess, before continuing on with another season. But it does suck that we are left with a hanging fruit for a finale. There's a lot of questions that are left unanswered, and personally, I don't find, again, like I said, there is that sense of finality, but it's like half, because we are dealing with two storylines, right? We are dealing with the Kiriko and we are dealing with the Kiriko and the Maru subplot, and then we're also dealing with the children of the Academy subplot, right? There's two plots of the story, and it feels like one of them sort of got a finale to it, even though it's still going, and then the other one is just like, so what happened? um, yeah. Overall, I really do enjoy this season, this show. I really do. I really hope that we do get a second season. I really do get. I really hope that we do, because thinking back at like a lot of really great shows of the past, ones that were released far, far, you know, older, that kind of didn't get a second season yet, and still hasn't get a second season. Right? There's a couple of shows on the top of my mind, and I'm just worried that this show is going to be in that camp as well, because I don't know about statistics, but I don't think this show had a lot of viewers compared to, I don't know, like compared to some shows like Oshinoko, for example, that is, from the same season. That is a juggernaut, right? A lot of people, almost everybody, was watching that show, and the viewership obviously is so high to the point where I think they just announced like season two coming soon, right? But Heavenly Delusion, I don't think a lot of people even knew that this show existed, and very few are talking about it. And even so, the people who do know of this show's existence, they haven't watched it yet. So I don't know. Kind of a shame if we do not get a second season, but I really wish that we do get a second season. Um, in regards to the sexual assault between Robin and Kiriko, really really nice segue here from because I don't know how to segue between these. Um, I like how they resolve it narratively, while and also thematically. It is really hard to watch. It's also even more hard to imagine the fact that Robin has been doing this with Kiriko for 2 days straight, and she was kept naked throughout the entirety of of her capture. Like when Maru comes in, she was not wearing clothes at all. It's hard to imagine, but at the same time, like I said, it serves a purpose in which it is an eye opener for Kiriko. It is a really traumatizing experience. It is a really unfortunate experience. But it is an experience that will shape her character in the future, especially in regards to who she is as a person. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that all assaults or just painful past is a necessary stepping stone for each person. Obviously not. But for the purposes of the story, for the purposes of this fictional story, this narrative in which we are trying to present, it is a turning point for her character. And if we are going to talk a bit about Kiriko, those memories, she was doing it when Maru was asleep. My image of her has definitely changed dramatically. And I find that this is a really fascinating thing because what does Kiriko feel about all of this? She she is starting to unlock memories of her sister, right? Kiriko is starting to unlock memories of her sister. How will Kiriko respond knowing about like all of the things that her sister has done in the past that may not necessarily be the sister that he knew? You know, the other side of her, the human side of her, I would say. I'm not speaking. It's still really hard to discuss this topic. But I think I've talked enough in regards to that. Um, Another thing that I do want to talk about, of course, is the fact that about it regarding Robin's facial expression when he first saw um Kiriko, right? The shock expression of like as if he saw a ghost, as if he saw somebody who he never thought was alive, and yet there they are, standing right in front of him. They showed for a couple of frames with sound effects of him shooting. Is that confirmation? Is that a full, at least, implication that he was the one who shot her? We should also not forget about that other shot from the previous episode. That great shot of just the crack in the window, and then just transition and then it just focuses on Kiriko's head, like during their convo between Robin. I'm just saying it feels like there's a lot of hints to show that Robin was the one who killed that killed Kiriko. Which still begs the question, why did he do all of that? Why did he kill Kiriko if that is the case? If he did in fact shoot her, why did he shoot her? If he is having this, and I don't want to say romantic relationship, I will say sexual relationship, because I do not find anything romantic about both of them. I find that Robin's um infatuation of her is something that is driven sexually than romantically. He does not see Kiriko as Kiriko. He sees Kiriko as a woman that he can fucking touch and use. So I am just getting that implication, that stronger implication that he is the one who shot her. Right? They haven't fully showed it yet, but I'm getting the strong implication, especially by this episode. And then there's this. Um the fuck is this? What is this? What what was he doing? What was Robin doing? I I am I am at a loss for words. Like, again, the these are the questions that I want answers to. I don't think she's dead, because the guy said that her mind is completely gone. Maybe she is dead. I don't know. But I think they did a pretty good job at setting up the future. This episode does a really good job at making me want to read the manga. Right? It's making me want to know more. It's a really good show. It's a really good show. I really enjoyed it. It's yeah, it's pretty good. It's this is a really good show. It's definitely my favorite anime to watch this season, hands down. It's a very unique experience. It's creative, well produced, well directed, characters that are lovable, characters that I find a lot of interest on, as in new character approaches. I immediately want to know, who are you, what are you up to, and even the characters that we have met before, like the children, for example, like the children's. It's like, okay, how much are you going to contribute to the show, right? Because obviously you're going to contribute something, but we do not know what it is, and then it's like slowly revealing, and like, oh, yeah, I really enjoyed this show. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching my review, reaction, discussion of Heavenly Delusion. This has been the final episode of this show for now, but we shall see whether or not they are going to continue with the show. I really hope they do, but even if they do, I will not. I'm expecting a couple of years from now. Thank you all so much. I will see you guys next time for whatever new show I'm going to be watching. So, see you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace. Okay. I'm currently editing the reactions for these last couple of episodes. And while I was waiting for which episode was this? While I was waiting for episode 11 to finish rendering, I was rewatching a couple of episodes of Heavenly Delusion, and then I rewatched episode 8, which was the episode where, of course, we saw Doctor and the young girl, and we know how that ends. So remember what I said about how the vision that Mimihime had kind of reminded me of the girl in that episode? I think that was Mimihime. And the doctor was actually Shiro. Because while I was rewatching that episode, I remembered that Shiro, sorry, not Shiro, but the doctor was holding the pen, which was what Mimihime gave to Shiro at the end of episode 13. And then, of course, in episode 12, Mimihime, when she first saw the sky, like she was like, wow, that was so big. Where's the ceiling and such? Like there's that sense of wonder in her and also curiosity, which is also present within the child, which was being cared by the doctor. And I'm like, why did they show this random doctor and this random girl all of a sudden that we have no idea who they are, but then I suddenly felt so much emotion for? I think that was Shiro and Mimihime. And this brings into what Mimihime said in regards to, oh, there will be a savior who looks just like Tokyo, and they will deliver us from this place. I think that's just a way for Mimihime or just the visions to say, yeah, Maru is going to be the one who kills all of the Hirokos, and we know the Hirokos used to be humans, and we know the humans in question are most likely the children from the academy. So the vision is right, but it's not that they are being set free from the academy, but it's more like they are set free from the world and they will go into actual heaven. Because I'm thinking about it, and because we know that all of the stuff with the children are set in the past, it makes sense given the time frame, and I'm like, I'm just, ah, I'm just having a moment because if what I said was true, and I think there's a pretty high chance that it is true given all of the hints and all of the clues that are within the show, and that I just saw Mimihime and Shiro died in episode 8. I feel empty inside. Like I feel a sense of emptiness which I cannot explain. And there is this small percentage in me that want that to be false. Like, no, the doctor is the doctor, the girl is the girl. Mimihime and Shiro are fine. But we know how it all ends. Fuck. I thought I might want to share this because I think this is like pretty important to talk about. They really are tempting me to read the manga at this point. They really are. I'm gonna try my best not to though. And I'm just gonna wait. If there is such a announcement soon, hopefully, if they announce that season 2 is coming, if this announcement comes in the next year or so, like if they announce next year, hey, Heavenly Delusion season 2 is coming, then I'm like, okay, sold. I'm not gonna read the manga. I'm gonna wait, no matter how much, for the new season because this story has the potential to be one of my favorite stories. It's not there yet, but the potential is there. It is very, very much reminding me of Dark, which is a show that I'm also currently reacting to and watching on the channel. I think I've mentioned this before during like an early episode about like the comparisons between Heavenly Delusion and Dark, which is another thing that I mentioned during this discussion, and that is I wasn't sure what show that I could compare Heavenly Delusion to, but I feel like the closest show that I can compare it to is Dark, which is a completely different show, but the reason why I'm comparing it is because of how these two shows explore time. In Heavenly Delusion, we are experiencing two different timelines, right? The past and the present. In Dark, there's the future, the past, the present, and then the past, and all that stuff, which I don't want to get into further because obviously that would be major spoilers. But it does remind me a lot. It reminds me in terms of like the structure of the narrative, the structure of how these characters are written and presented within these different timelines. Like, you're going to meet characters that you do not know are actually these other characters in the different timelines because they probably have a different name, a different alibi, or a different alter ego and such, and it's like meant to be a surprise. And there's been multiple instances within that show where I'm like, do I know you? Do I know you? And then the show revealed itself, and I'm like, holy shit, that person is that. Is him, is her, is them. And I get that feeling with Heavenly Delusion because we can kind of guess at least in the most morbid of ways, okay, which Hiroko are you? Like, which monster are you? Which monster who was the person that we all killed during the beginning episodes of Heavenly Delusion? Like, who used to be the bird? Who used to be the fish, right? I almost assumed that Kona was like the fish that we kind of killed, but we kind of saw what he looks like through Mimihime's vision, right? And obviously doesn't look anything like the fish. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the show a lot. I'm sad that it's over. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. I guess I'll leave this at the very tail end of the episode discussion. I don't know. Maybe people at that point will not watch this portion, or so they don't know my feelings and such. I don't know. Um, but hey, if you reach this far into the video, thank you so much. I guess I'll repeat what I just said during the discussion. If you enjoyed this reaction and discussion, hit the like, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.